What's up, Tech King? Stefan here from TechRight. Today we're going to be comparing the Galaxy A51 5G versus the Galaxy A71 5G. Stay tuned. Alright everyone, so starting off, just comparing the prices of these devices. Both these devices are actually going to be $500 on Amazon, which is pretty weird. So the A71 5G will be $499.99 unlocked, and the A51 5G will be $499.99 unlocked. However, the Galaxy A51 5G is going to be offered now at many different locations, such as Metro by T-Mobile, which just got the A51 5G today, and those devices are going to be sold for $99 with a port-in special. So that is a very, very huge discount if you're going to be switching to Metro by T-Mobile. They're also having many other deals for carriers, so definitely do your research on that when purchasing these devices. But the unlocked variants of these devices are both $500. Now that we got that out of the way, we're going to start off with the displays on these devices. So on the left we have the A51 5G, that's going to be 6.5 inches, and on the right we have the Galaxy A71 5G, which is going to be 6.7 inches. Now the A51 is going to have a 1080p 20:9 aspect ratio, and the Galaxy A71 5G is going to have the same ratio as well as the same resolution. What's funny is the Galaxy A51 actually has a better PPI than the Galaxy A71 because it has a smaller screen. So we have a PPI of 405 on the A51, and we have a PPI of 393 on the A71. Now as for the technology for the displays, we are going to have a Super AMOLED display on the Galaxy A51, and we have actually a Super AMOLED Plus screen on the Galaxy A71. Now getting into the screen to body ratio, the Galaxy A51 is going to be about 87%, and the Galaxy A71 is going to be about 88%. Now as far as the features go on the display, both these devices will have scratch resistant glass, so they're going to have Corning Gorilla Glass 3. They're going to have an ambient light sensor and a proximity light sensor as well. Getting into the hardware and starting off with the system chip, both these devices are going to have the Samsung Exynos 980 chip, so there is no difference in these. Now going on to the processors, both these devices are going to have the same exact processor, so we're going to have an octa-core 22 MHz ARM Cortex A77 and an ARM Cortex A55 64-bit. So both devices will have that. Both devices will also have a Mali G76 MP5 for the GPU, and both devices will have 6 GB of RAM. Now as far as the internal storage, the A51 and A71 come with 128, and you can actually expand that on both devices up to 1000 GB via micro SD card. Also, both devices have Android 10.0 and Samsung One UI. Both devices also have a 4500 mAh battery. They're both going to have fast charging, and it's going to be 25 watt. Now getting to the cameras is pretty much where we're going to see the biggest difference. We're both going to have a quad camera setup on both these devices. The Galaxy A51 is going to have a 48 megapixel main camera, and the Galaxy A71 is actually going to have a 64 megapixel camera. Both are going to be PDAF. As for the secondary cameras on both these devices, they're both going to be 12 megapixels, and that's going to be for the ultra wide camera as the secondary. We're also going to have the same cameras for the third, 5 megapixel for the macro camera, and for the fourth camera, they're going to be the same as well. We're going to have a 5 megapixel depth information camera. Now as far as the video recording goes on the Galaxy A51, you can shoot in 4K at 30 frames per second, 1080p at 120 frames per second, and 720p at 480 frames per second. And on the Galaxy A71, we're going to get a little bit better specifications as far as the video recording goes. We're going to get 4K and 30 frames per second, 1080p and 240 frames per second, and 720p and 960 frames per second. Also, both are going to have image stabilization and hyperlapse, and both are going to have a 32 megapixel front camera. Now as far as the builds on both these devices, the materials for the Galaxy A51 is going to be a plastic back and a plastic frame. However, for the Galaxy A71, we're going to have a little bit more of a premium build. We're actually going to have a plastic back and an aluminum frame, so a little bit more premium materials used on that device. But they're also going to have 2-day face unlock, and we're also going to have in-screen fingerprint sensors on both these devices, which have been working flawlessly in my opinion. Now as far as the colors go on the Galaxy A51 5G, for the A51 we only have one color so far, which is Prism Cube Black. And for the Galaxy A71 we have about 3 colors. We have Prism Cube Black, Prism Cube Silver, and Prism Cube Blue. So it's nice to see we have some sort of variety with the Galaxy A71. Hopefully the A51 follows that after. Also, both these devices are pretty much going to have all of the bands other than the Galaxy A71, which I was pretty surprised from. So the Galaxy A71 does not have band 71, and the Galaxy A51 does have band 71, which is pretty weird. So I feel like the Galaxy A51, as far as value is going so far and the port-in deals that you get, I feel like this device is definitely going to be more sought after, especially for that band 71. Now, as far as the Geekbench scores on these devices, we got a score of 489 for a single core score on the Galaxy A51, and we got a score of 604 on the single core score for the A71. Our multi-core score is also pretty close at 1816 on the Galaxy A51 and 1875 on the multi-core score for the Galaxy A71. Now, getting into the single core score, as far as the Galaxy A51 goes, on the left we can find ourselves in between the Xiaomi Redmi Note 8 Pro and the OnePlus 6, which is a decent spot to be at. Both those devices are pretty much around the $500 price tag, so I feel like that's fair. Now, getting into the Galaxy A71, we're going to see that device in between the OnePlus 6 and the Xiaomi Redmi K20 Pro. Now, moving on to the multi-core score, both devices are pretty much the same. They're kind of distance in between about 60 points, so that's not all that much. But both these devices will be in between the Xiaomi Pocophone F1 and the OnePlus 6. So again, both these devices are around that price point. Yeah, guys, which phone should you pick up? Which phone is a better deal? If you guys are going the unlocked route, I would definitely go with the Galaxy A71 5G. If you really need that band 71, I would go with the A51. But both these devices are pretty much in the same price range at $499. If I didn't have to, I wouldn't go the A51 just because I do like bigger screens. So I would go with the A71 if you were getting an unlocked device. Now, as far as the prepaid companies go, Metro by T-Mobile, Cricket Wireless, and a bunch of other people are going to be offering the A51 5G at $100 port-in. If you guys want to go that route, that's going to save you a ton of money. But if you guys want an unlocked device, I would probably go with the A71, to be quite honest. They're around the same price. It is a bigger phone, and it does have a bit of a better display. Not to mention the cameras are going to be a little bit better than the A51 5G, but not by too much. Honestly, I feel like the A71 would be a little bit better for me personally because it is a bigger screen and you have a bigger display. But tell me in the comment section down below what device you would go with. I would definitely go with the A71 5G. Again, if you're getting prepaid, I would go with the A51 5G. Tell me in the comment section down below which device you would go with. And if you did enjoy this video, please leave a like down below as well as subscribing if you're not a part of the Tech Gang already. Also, hit the notification bell if you guys want to be notified every time I do upload a new video. This has been Safon from TechRight. Peace out, Tech Gang.